everybody, I'm Lisa Rowberry, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to continue on with our fun little sniff session series where we are going through the brand new Spring and Summer 2021 Scentsy catalog. We are sitting down together and sniffing through each individual scent category that's going to be available for the spring and summer season. I love doing this with you guys. You guys seem to like it as well. And today we are going to be sniffing through my favorite category, and that is the bakery collection. So love this. However, what I will say is that the bakery collection tends to pare down a little bit in the spring and summer months, and it bulks up during the fall and winter months. You can guess why, because these types of scents you tend to reach for mostly during those colder months, the fall and winter months, and tend to go more towards lighter, springy, summery, fruity, fresh scents during the spring and summer season. But people like myself love a good bakery scent any time of year, right? So these are some of the bakery staples. So let's go ahead and get started because we do have 10, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10 bakery fragrances to sniff through together. None of them are brand new. We do have some that are returning, but none of them are brand new. So the first one that we are going to talk about is Almond Croissant, and I am so glad that this one did decide to stick around. This was actually a new release for the spring and summer season, and oh my goodness, this one absolutely would have gone into my Scentsy Club had it retired. This one can't go anywhere. This is so good. This is such a great buttery, it really does smell like a buttery almond croissant. I love this. This actually reminds me of going with my mom. We used to, when I used to go with her to work when I was really young, we would go across the street to a bakery that had these almond croissants, and so good. So good. This also reminds me of the Starbucks almond croissants as well. So good. But yeah, so it's just that, like, you smell that almond note, you smell that like buttery, flaky croissant kind of scent, and it's wonderful. So I love this. Scentsy absolutely hit the nail on the head with Almond Croissant. It's fantastic. If you love bakery scents and you haven't given this one a try yet, do it and you will thank me later. Almond Croissant, Scentsy says, a fresh baked croissant is made even more heavenly with cinnamon sugar and an infusion of almond. So if you are worried about the cinnamon sugar element of this, I don't detect any cinnamon really at all. Even when it's warming, I don't smell any cinnamon in this. So it might be in there, but if it is, my sniffer doesn't detect it. And if you do, it's probably fairly light. So it's not what I like to call an aggressive cinnamon. So next one of my favorites as well. I should just stop saying that because I love all of these scents. There's not one that I don't like. Apple butter frosting. Now, one thing I will say, I am so sad that you guys are not going to see in this collection this season is Churro. Is anybody else's heartbroken? I did add a bar of it to my Scentsy Club, but now I'm like, dang it, I should have added more bars because now I only have one bar in my Scentsy, I think it's only one bar in my Scentsy Club. So the Churro and apple butter frosting mixture is heavenly. So if you have it in your club and you haven't tried mixing it, mix it with this one. It's so good. Apple butter frosting is amazing, and it's a really great performer as well. One thing I will say, because I do get questions quite a bit on this little incident with this particular scent. This scent, the fragrance oils, they separate, and so you'll see the fragrance oils in this one are a little bit darker. So when you do remove the wax, or when you see that it's completely pulled out, you will see like a darker, like you'll see the darker fragrance oils. That's okay. Nothing is wrong with the bar. It's just the fragrance oils that's used in this particular scent is just darker, so that's fine. You may find some staining from this particular wax, but you can do a couple of things. You can use some counter clean. You can use, I've heard people of using magic eraser. I haven't used that in your dishes. You can also use rubbing alcohol, or you can use a bar of black raspberry vanilla in there. So anyways, let's go ahead and continue on with our sniff session. Honestly, it just, imagine apple cider meets a buttercream frosting. That's exactly what this smells like. It's so good. You do get a little bit of that like There is a little bit of spice to it, hence why I say it smells like apple cider, but it's apple cider meets that bakery, which is so good. It's amazing. So Scentsy says, apple butter frosting is a heartwarming medley of cinnamon spiced apples and decadent vanilla buttercream. Absolutely 100% agree with the description. 100%. So good. Next one is apple cherry strudel. Okay, so while this one, not the best in the way of performance, but this is one of those that I don't even care. This, when it's going, is fantastic. It's a really good, strong scent when it's going, but when it futzes out, it futzes out. I get maybe like 1, maybe 2 days out of this one, but when it's going, she's strong. It's really good, but it's like when it's done, it's like whoop, done. You can't smell it anymore. So, but this is really great. I love this one because it's a really great balance between the apple and the cherry and the like buttery, flaky pastry note in this. Because cherry, I feel like, can be overdone so easily, can be over sweet, but this is a really great balance. So you do smell the apple, you do smell a little bit of the cherry, but you also smell that like flaky pastry note as well, which I love. So Scentsy says, Granny Smith apple, cherry and vanilla drizzle, insist on dessert first. Is good. So that's apple cherry strudel. So we've got that one. And moving right along to baked apple pie. And this one has been around forever. I feel like this one will stay around because Scentsy hit the nail on the head with this one too. This, it really does smell baked apple pie. Straight up baked apple pie. So you do get a pretty strong cinnamon note to this. So if you are sensitive to cinnamon scents, I would say maybe do some mixing with this. Maybe mix some sugar cookie or even vanilla bean buttercream, but then you're gonna kind of drown out that kind of baked apple pie feel to it maybe. Ooh, maybe even almond croissant. Almond croissant with this would be good. Or apple butter frosting mixed with baked apple pie. You'll still get that same like baked apple pie feel, but it might tame down the cinnamon just a little bit. But this one's really good. It's apples, cinnamons, pie crust. It really does smell like a baked apple pie. Legit. Scentsy says baked apple pie is flaky crust, apples, and spices combined in a strong scent. Yes. This one is a powerhouse for sure. So that's baked apple pie. Next one we have is blueberry cheesecake. This one is kind of a controversial, is this gonna focus? This is kind of a controversial scent. People either love it or hate it. We love it here in the Rowberry house. This is one of my husband's favorites. This is actually the very first scent that he would never comment on the scents that I would have going in the house. But this, I will always remember the exact moment when I put this in our warmers and he was like, what's happening? Something's happening. He's like, whatever you have going in the warmers right now, this needs to keep happening. Yeah, keep this coming. I'm like, okay. But this, it legit smells like a cheesecake. So, which is so strange. And this for me, like this didn't actually warm up to me. Get it, warm up. No pun intended. I didn't really warm up to this scent really for a while after I was a customer as well as a consultant. I just thought, this legit smells like cheesecake. Like you would think that this was a little piece of cheesecake in this little container. Like it really does smell like cheesecake. And I'm like, I don't know that I want my house to smell like cheesecake. Like I can get on board with cookies and cupcakes and things like that, but I'm like, I don't know that I want my house to smell like a cheesecake. I do. I do want my house to smell like a cheesecake because it smells so good. It smells so, so good. You smell the blueberries. You smell that rich, creamy cheesecake kind of, you can almost experience the texture just by smelling it. It's amazing. And then you can smell that graham cracker crust. You really can smell each and every element of a blueberry cheesecake. And I love it. It's kind of mind-blowing to me, honestly. Now I say this is controversial because there are a lot of people that do smell like a sour milk note to this. I don't smell that. All I smell is rich, velvety blueberry cheesecake. That really is what I smell. I get no sour milk notes at all. So I'm really sorry if you smell sour milk in this. I don't. It's so good. So Scentsy says, and this is a bestseller for good reason, thick, rich New York cheesecake with a light graham cracker crust and delicious blueberries. I 100% agree. Way to go. Way to go, Scentsy. Okay, another one that we love around here is butter pecan. And this is another really great mixer as well. This is a good, rich vanilla base. Now, this one I do have some people say, it just smells too like buttery. And that is the case with quite a few of our bakery type scents, is they have this like richness to them. And so some people pick that up as like butter. And you do kind of like, I don't know, it's a very rich, decadent scent. And you do get that nutty pecan note to it as well. So I love this. If you have this and you're not loving it on its own, try mixing. Try doing some mixing with it. This is a great mixer too. And if you have like some floral scents that you have that are just like too strong, too floral, too powdery, try mixing some of your bakery scents that are too heavy and too like buttery. Try mixing it with a floral, because those two combined really balance each other out and it becomes a really beautiful fragrance. So give that a try, but this on its own, Lisa approved for sure. So butter pecan is, if fall had a flagship fragrance, this blend of candied pecan and maple folded with butter would be a strong contender. Absolutely. Love it. Next one is a returning fragrance of Mocha Doodle. I'm really happy that this one came back. I know my mom's really happy that this one came back. This is one of her favorites. And this to me smells like a chocolatey mocha meets a like sugar cookie. I get like a cookie note. I don't think I'm supposed to, but we'll read the description together here in just a minute. But it really is like a chocolatey mocha scent meets a cookie, and I love it. Now, if you're wanting more of like a straight up coffee scent, you're not going to get that from this. This is going to be your closest bet because we don't have any coffee fragrances as of right now. But this would be a good bet to get you through until we may have some returning. So Mocha Doodle is delicious roasted coffee beans and cocoa balanced with sugar, caramel, and heavy cream. So when you say roasted coffee beans, you would imagine that the coffee notes would be a little bit stronger. I don't think, like, it does smell like I do think it smells like a mocha, but there's more of that like chocolate note that kind of comes through. You do get a coffee hint. I think it smells like a mocha meets a cookie. That's what it smells like. So that's in Lisa terms. So that's Mocha Doodle. Really, really great one to have as well. Okay, this is a staple in our house. Absolutely 100% sugar cookie. So this is the one that I was telling you is another really great mixer. You can try mixing it with baked apple pie to kind of mellow it out. You can mix this with anything and it makes it better. So sugar cookie just smells like that. It smells like a delicious sugar cookie. There's not much more to it. I just think it's amazing. This is great on its own as well as mixed. So Scentsy says sugar cookie is warm, sweet blend of butter, sugar, and creamy vanilla. Sure is. Next one is vanilla bean buttercream. And we're going to talk about comparisons because I get asked all the time, okay, so what are your thoughts on sugar cookie versus vanilla bean buttercream? What are the differences? We'll talk about that here in just a second. So vanilla bean buttercream is more of that rich vanilla buttercream scent. The sugar cookie, you're getting the actual like breaded kind of cookie note, where this you're getting the actual buttercream frosting. So this one's a little bit richer. If I had to choose one, I would go with sugar cookie pretty much every time. I do really like vanilla bean buttercream, but if I had to only choose one, it would definitely be sugar cookie. This one I could see being just a tiny bit too sweet, a little bit too rich maybe, I don't know, but it's good. It's good. If I just had to choose one, it would be sugar cookie, but this one's great. I have it in a brick. So I'm not mad at that. So Scentsy says decadent buttercream frosting made with the freshest butter, whipped with cane sugar and vanilla extract. It's like, it really does smell like you just put vanilla buttercream frosting in here. It's that thick, rich buttercream frosting. So good. Last but most certainly not least is a new release, and it is Vanilla Waves. I am so excited to start warming this one. I do have a bar of it. I did order more bars of it because I feel like it's gonna be a favorite, and I can't wait. So I'm thinking it is gonna go into the warmers here pretty soon, so hopefully I'll be able to share my thoughts post-warming with you guys very soon. I love this. This to me smells like, and I'm still standing by it, when I first smelled it, I was like, I think this might smell like Pacific sandalwood. And a few of you were saying that, other people were saying that as well. This to me, it smells like Pacific sandalwood meets sugar cookie. So you have that more, this to me is more of a floral kind of vanilla, but it does meet that bakery element too. So it's kind of hard to describe, but it's so nice. This is more, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. I love this. I'm obsessed with this. I can't wait to warm it. Maybe that's gonna happen tonight. I think so. Scentsy says, Vanilla Waves is sea salt and whipped vanilla crashed into sticky caramel for an elegant fusion of opposites. It's just done perfectly, because there's just something in this that's more of that like authentic or like floral type of vanilla that does meet the bakery. So, that's so good. So good. So that is it. Those are the 10 fragrances that are going to be available for the bakery collection with Scentsy for the spring and summer season. Let me know, what are your favorites of this collection? If I had to choose favorites, I'm so happy I don't have to, but let me see here. I haven't warmed this yet, so I think, so I'm gonna say 2 and an honorable mention. I love every single one of these. There's not one that I don't like. I would say if I had to choose 2 favorites, it would have to be Apple Butter Frosting and Almond Croissant are my favorites for the bakery collection. But my honorable mention would definitely be Vanilla Waves. I just say honorable mention because I haven't had a chance to warm it yet. If I stick this in my warmers and I can't smell it, it's getting tossed out the window for me personally. I like my scents to be really strong. Just from what I can smell on cold, I don't think this is gonna be weak. I also don't know that it's gonna be like a powerhouse, but I have high hopes for this to be like a medium to strong scent. So we'll see. So my 2 and my honorable mention. That's it. So let me know in the comments down below what of these scents are your favorites. I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you're new, please subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.